it's 1st and 10 at the 47. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. He's letting it fly for Cooks. This is caught inside the 15. Goff finding Cooks on a big play. 54 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Everyone's got four. Four down. Two up. Go.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now after the INT, it's Carr. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big 1st down to get away from the end zone. On 1st, here's Washington. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On the draw, Carr leads to Washington. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a third down.
Express. Listen, hot.
Shotgun now for Carr. And that is incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Back deep, the dangerous Pharaoh Cooper. And he gets it. Yes, this is a good one. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Well, we turn our attention to the Rams here as the offense comes out. So many positive vibes around this club entering 2018. Their third season back in L.A., a new stadium on the way. And coming off of last year, Charles, and you said this to me in the car on the way over, it's going to be interesting to see what this year brings.
That's because they will actually be the team that's hunted now, and they haven't been that for a long time, meaning they're sitting on top of the NFC West. Many people think they might be the team to beat in the NFC overall, even with the Eagles and the Vikings staring at them. So explosive on offense last year. Defense kept getting better. And in the offseason, the defense added cornerback Marcus Peters, added defensive tackle Ndamukong Suh, both Pro Bowlers. They think that they're ready right now to challenge for a Super Bowl, and they intend to go for it.
Here's Goff now on second down. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Bruce Irvin able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
DC.
Goff now looks to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
This is fielded at the 27. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And now here come the Raiders. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
All right, get set, bro.
They run again on first down, Lynch. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Express. What's up?
From midfield, here's Carr. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third. On third and long, it's Carr. Letting one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this.
Here we go. Express.
First down to run with Lynch. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense, because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. You might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
On second down, Washington, and able to work his way down to the 16. 7 yards on the carry, make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now Carr, and this is caught. It's Cooper. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. On 1st and goal, Washington. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. DeAndre Washington. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders are able to catch. They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'll be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Now it's gone. Trying to lay one up deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away. Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this.
11.
They're going to go for it. It's Goff. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This one from 35 yards away. The kick by Tavecchio is good. So we've reached halftime here in Oakland with the Raiders on top. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Tavecchio now to kick this one away. On the return, it's Pharaoh Cooper. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
All right, get set, fellas.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Cover 0.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Michael Brockers able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Carr to throw on 2nd down. Bryant with a catch right side. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He completes it to Jordy Nelson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. They're going for it with the option right. And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Here's Goff. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Gone. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Khalil Mack in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Goff now looking to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Boy, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Now Carr. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And a costly turnover there as the ball will be spotted 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal?
76,
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Todd Gurley, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. A trick shot on the extra point, but it is good off the left upright. And we are even at 10 apiece. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try to get something going with Marshawn Lynch. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle. 3-4 defense, usually here you'll see the linebackers come up make those plays, but the nose tackle also vital.
That was so vital because what you just pointed out, normally he eats up blockers that allows the linebackers to get to the ball carrier. In this case, he did his job and then some, and there was no gain at all for the runner.
He'll buy some time right, and he'll sling that one in there. Complete to Cooper on the comebacker. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
And Derek Carr just keeps improving. He can be dangerous not just inside the pocket, but as we see here, outside of it as well.
Kid born in California, played his high school ball in Texas, had quarterback written all over it. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. On first down, Carr. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. The LA defense up to snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Super 66.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Here's Goff. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And down he'll go at the 25. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Rams on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Goff. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
To throw on second down is gone. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Completion was given up, and that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And the Raiders have got him. Khalil Mack in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied 4th quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game 4th quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Now Carr on the bootleg. Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
Tavecchio puts this one through. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And the Rams now coming out on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. On first down, gone. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On second down, here's Goff. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Out of the gun. Gone. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Goff to Woods as the Rams move the chains.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Goff now 9 of 17 through the air. He'll look to throw. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. No gain on the screen there at second down.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Rams on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 3. He's back to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Bruce Irvin in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses that are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
The 10th carry of the game for Marshawn Lynch. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Get set. It's up.
Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The Raiders on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8. Carr to throw. And he finds Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get him home free. Carr now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Oakland, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll hit the road next week.